So, when I finish up Guardians Crusade, I'm going to play a little StarCraft, and then, well, and some caster magic on the side, and then I'm going to pick up and do some more Xcom. But there is a truly bewildering number of mods I haven't tried. There's quite a few mods I want to play over again, just because they're awesome. But, there's so many. So I'm going to talk about a few. And this isn't even bringing in the Newcom stuff either. This is just the classics. The classic XComs. And, oh boy. So let's go over some of these mods. I'm probably going to put up a vote with 3 of them and let you guys pick, but I'll have to narrow it down to 3. So let's start with the United Nations Extraterrestrial Combat Command. This mod sets it in the Cold War, and I don't know, it looks pretty cool. I don't want to get too many spoilers, which is one of the things about picking the mod makes it difficult, is that I don't want too many spoilers about them, but yeah, this is a big full mega mod, sets us in a different time period, and just sounds awesome to me. There's been a lot of playing around in the XCOM community with stuff in the Cold War. In fact, I believe the Bureau was set in the Cold War, which was an official Fire Axis game. Anyway, and while we're on alternate timelines, this one is set in 1906, based on H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. Sorry, 1914. The war to end all wars. So if you want a radically different setting with different aliens, this would be the one. We can go. I'll definitely, when I've narrowed it down to just 3, I'll definitely put up votes with. I'll go deeper into each one a bit, look closer, and of course make sure that they work. Download them and make sure everything is good to go. Anyway, this one sounds really awesome. I'm expecting comments underneath this video to help me narrow down between my choices here, because they're tough. Are you ready for the next one? Okay, we've got fantasy open XCOM. Yep. Bows, slings, knives, spears, no guns. And if we skip ahead here a bit, you can see we've got medieval looking towns and everything. Sounds pretty cool, actually. Sounds pretty cool. Be very different. I don't know if it would. I don't know if I'd love it or if I'd hate it, but it's definitely interesting, and I'd definitely like to give it a try. This could be something. Okay. Next up, we have the Alien Civil War. Now, I love this concept. So the aliens completely conquered the Earth, but they're now fighting amongst themselves. And the survivors of humanity are desperately trying to, I guess, get it together, while the aliens are beating the shit out of each other. And now, doesn't that just sound awesome? I actually really like that concept. Man. I actually really like this concept here. This one seems really freaking cool. But now, Vigilo Confide. I've actually this one, basically it's the Newcom by Fire Axis done up in this engine. It's honestly insane that they can do this, a lot of this. Anyway, it's got soldier classes, it's got all kinds of stuff. Basically, no tanks. Well, you can't have it all, I guess. Anyway, it's built up to be like the new XComs, but in the old engine. It's supposed to be really, really good. I've heard. I think Reaver said it was really, really awesome. Yeah, I'm willing to give this a try. It's gonna be interesting, if nothing less. I don't know. I really like the I really like the mods for the Newcom games. I really want to try the Art of War and some of the crazy stuff that was in. Anyway, but this does sound very interesting. This one does sound interesting. They have gremlin drones somehow. Like I said, I don't even know how they made some of this. How they would have implemented some of this. Very curious to see. Very curious to see how this one comes together. Next up, we've got... Okay. We've got 2 flavors of Terror from the Deep mods. So the first one is Terror from the Unknown. And, yeah, anyway. There's a ton. It adds a ton of stuff. An absolute ton of stuff to the game. And makes it a bit different. But it's Terror from the Deep with extra stuff. And the other variant we have, I've talked about this one before, The World of Terrifying Silence. It might just be that the name is so incredibly badass, but every time I think of Terror from the Deep, I think of this mod and how much I'd like to try it. And this one, well, this one's going to give us pictures rather than a big old text block. But, it's presumably got a shit ton of stuff in it as well. 100 new weapons and items, new crafts, new armaments, new missions, 35 new units. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be good. Anyway, these are the ones, and I mean, there are more. There are obviously more. I mean, the hard mode expansion, the 40k one, so many others. These are just kind of my picks, my arbitrary picks for what I might be in the mood of. When I narrow it down to a vote, I'm gonna have just 3. I'm probably gonna pick one of these 2, Terror from the Deeps. I'm probably gonna pick. Man, the Civil War sounds cool though. Maybe the Civil War. Oh, but also we've got the 3 that's set up in different time periods. Fantasy, to the War of the Worlds, the Cold War. And then we've got this thing. I don't know what 3 it's going to be. I have lots of time to think about it. But, I'll go ahead and put links to all of these threads here, and you guys can tell me your thoughts in the comments below this video. Yeah. I also really want to replay quite a few of the mods I've played before. Man, so much cool stuff. Anyway.